Well, it's been one of the talking points this year at the TT. This baby behind us, this brand new fencing. Mike, it's been well, interesting, should we say, from your point of view, because it's certainly changed things.
It's been an interesting concept, and we were very concerned right at the beginning whether this was going to be a practical proposition or not. It is controversial as far as the general public are concerned, I suppose, but we had to see how it was going to go. The safety of the Scouts, obviously, I can understand, and the race officials were obviously concerned with that, and that needs to be first and foremost. We wanted to see how it was going to operate. It's not too bad if you're looking from the grandstand. We can see out, apart from the spotters in the front, and they are looking obliquely up the course, and of course with binoculars across almost a blank fence. It's impossible to do it. So we've had to introduce a new radio system from the light box, 2 spotters spotting the bikes coming in, and they're relaying that information to the Scouts on the scoreboard.
Did you ever have a problem before with anyone getting injured? I mean, or was it just one of those things that's been a risk assessment?
It's a risk assessment, it's health and safety. We've never really had any problem. I think the worst scenario is splinters on the scoreboard itself.
Right. This scoreboard is an amazing bit of history now in itself, isn't it?
It's iconic, isn't it?
Nothing much changed in all the time the TT's been going on?
No, it's like the proverbial broom. I've had an original broom for 20 years. And I've had 3 heads and 2 handles.
Explain to people who've never seen it. I mean, we live in a digital age, of course, now. But this was before that was unavailable. Let's come down here, yeah.
We have a scoreboard here indicating the bike rider's number. In this particular case, it's 89, with a lamp above it. The lamp above it will indicate when that rider gets to Cronknamona, which is about 1.5 miles from the finish. That will indicate to the grandstand and the pit lane the bike is approaching. Beneath the light, we have an indicator clock, 0 indicating grandstand, G for Glen Helen, R for Ramsey, that's the Ramsey hairpin, and B for bungalow. So when the clock gets round to B, we know soon after that the light will go on, and that's all manual by our Scouts in the light box.
And you're getting fed this information backstage, and people then, the Scouts behind there, are moving things and...
Absolutely. And most people think on the grandstand that this is all automatic.
And of course, people are painting up numbers, the speeds and that sort of thing.
Yes, they're painted behind, and we have Cub Scout messengers, or our younger Scout messengers at the back, taking the time slates, banging on the back, and putting it through the hole that you see there. And then the tear-offs on the front will pick up the time slate, and they will put it in the appropriate slot.
I mean, it's just a bit of history that's
just fantastic.
Amazing. Do you think it'll go? Do you think it'll ever be replaced with a digital?
I certainly hope not. They've thought about it, but there's no way that you could replace this with a digital concept. Yeah. The thought is at the moment that we might have, when it's rebuilt, that is in about 3 years' time, that the whole scoreboard raised about 12 feet, pushed back towards the cemetery, but have a rebuilt scoreboard in exactly the same fashion, with perhaps 2 big screens on the top, with cameras around the course showing the race all the time.
Well, I wish it well, and so back to this fencing, it has, I can see what they're saying, if you're looking straight across, you're okay, but if you're at an angle, you have got a problem.
Yeah, that's right.
In fact, I'm surprised they don't have everywhere fencing this rate, but maybe...
Well, it was there to protect us, and I suppose I can't argue against that. It's caused a little bit of a problem down at the far end because it's a bit narrow down there, so it gets a bit cosy, but we've managed.